Welcome students. In our previous class, we had learned about the concept of departmental store and multiple chain shops. In today's class, we shall be learning about other large scale retail shops such as mail order business, hire purchase order business and cooperative stores. So now let us start with our first kind of retail, large scale retail store, that is mail order business. Mail order business. What is mail order business? Also known as direct mail marketing, method of merchandising in which the seller's offer is made through mass mailing of circular or catalog or through an advertisement placed in a newspaper or magazine, and in which the buyer places an order by mail. It directly deals with online system. We are all familiar with the companies such as Amazon, AliExpress, Flipkart. They are based on the idea of mail order business. Now, what are the various types of mail order business? These are of three types. The first is manufacturer mail order business. I can give you an example of MI store. They directly provide the products from their website, which are manufactured by themselves. So, these comes under the manufacturer mail order business. Then comes the departmental mail order business. Now, departmental mail order business, particular departments are working together for this kind of mail order business, such as Reliance stores. Then comes the middleman mail order business. We all are familiar with Amazon. It acts as a middleman between manufacturer or wholesaler and consumers directly. So, now what are the various advantages and disadvantages which are associated with them? Let us understand them in brief. Number one, advantages. Less capital is required. They offer a wide market. They also creates an unusual buying power, because if a person is getting a catalog at its home, so a person can potentially increase its buying demand. It helps to create an unusual buying power. Then comes no risk of bad debts, efficient use of capital, managerial specialization, and last is consumer convenience. It is quite common now. It is common nowadays. But if we look back into the previous decade, it was not that simple. But the online business and marketing had made it more simpler and easier way to access the various products. Now, they also have certain disadvantages. Number one is lack of personal contact. This feel helps to, or we can say this, the lack of this feel may lead to decrease of customers sometimes. Customers might don't rely on such products. Then comes scope for fraud and inconvenience. We all are familiar that sometimes we receive online products and they come in a bad condition or a fraudulent product comes. So, these are just causing inconvenience to the customers. The number third is confronted with the problems of numerous correspondence. If by chance our courier is not tracked or traced, we have to contact a number of people. So, the correspondence is quite high. The correspondence is quite high, which sometimes leads to decreased customer satisfaction. So, it was all about the mail order business. So, students, you must have learned about the various kinds of mail order business and what are its types and their advantages and disadvantages. Now, we shall try to learn about consumer cooperative stores. What are the various consumer cooperative stores? A consumer cooperative store is a retail unit owned and controlled by consumers. Now, this concept is quite unique. A consumer cooperative store is owned and controlled by consumers. Any consumer can join the consumer cooperative stores by buying its shares. It works on stakeholdings. Each member has only one vote irrespective of his shareholding. Members get dividend in proportion to their shares held in cooperative store. Cooperative stores are run by consumers themselves for their mutual benefits. Let us revise it again. These are: number 1, owned and controlled by consumers. Number 2, consumers can join the cooperative stores by buying its shares. Number 3, one vote per shareholding, and the member gets its dividend in proportion of their shares which are held in cooperative stores. Number 5, the cooperative stores are run by consumers themselves or their mutual benefits. Now, what are the various advantages associated with them? Let us understand the various advantages associated with consumer cooperatives. Number 1, consumers get goods of good quality. So, strict quality standards are maintained so that the people or consumer should get good quality of goods. Number 2, goods are sold without adulteration. So, purity of goods can be maintained. Number 3, goods are sold in correct measurement. Irregularities found in measurement of goods are avoided. This prevents wastage. The wastage can be reduced, which in turn helps to gain more profit. Number 4, middlemen are completely eliminated. So, it decreases the higher cost. The cost comes down. Number 5, prices are comparatively cheaper than other departmental store. Number 6, regular supply of goods is assured. They assure a regular supply of goods. Now, as with the advantages, certain disadvantages are also linked. Number 1, there is a paucity of funds. We can say the lack of funds due to lack of shareholders sometimes. Often the managers and salesmen do not possess the requisite skills because consumers generally act as managers or as salesmen. So, they do not possess that skills which help to increase the sales or effective controlling of staff. Number 3, accounts may not be kept on scientific basis. They may not be kept on scientific basis due to lack of skills. Number 4, managing persons are not honest. They invariably swindle funds or divert stocks. They swindle the funds or divert the stocks. So, dishonesty can sometimes lead to heavy losses. They may cause heavy losses. So, students, it was all about consumer cooperative stores. The last one is hire purchasing trading houses, hire purchase trade houses. Now, what are these? Let us understand. Number 1, Under hire purchase system, the seller agrees to sell the article on the condition that the buyer shall pay the purchase price through installments, EMI, estimated monthly installment. The article is not legally sold to the buyer in hire purchase system. The buyer makes an initial payment known as down payment and the balance amount to the vendor in installments together with interest. These are EMIs. Ownership in the goods is transferred from, number 3, it is important, when the ownership is transferred. The ownership is transferred from seller to buyer only on the payment of last installment. So, if the buyer defaults to pay the installment amount, the goods will be repossessed by the sellers. They can be, we can say in common terms, recovered. They can be recovered back by the seller. Now, what are the various advantages of hire purchase orders? Number 1, the hire purchase and installment schemes enable the buyers to buy goods which are beyond their reach. Easy installments. They help to buy luxury products. It also enables the business to find buyers for their products. A business cannot always look for cash parties for products that are expensive in nature. So, the potential customer base is, number of customers are increased. It widens the market and also the middlemen are eliminated. These all factors contribute to the rise of business. So, students, it was all regarding the hire purchase trading house. This was your last class for the chapter of channels of distribution. In this chapter, we all know that we have learned about the concepts of channel of distribution. Let us revise them in brief. Number 1, the various channels of distribution. Then comes the types of middlemen. The various types of middlemen we all know: functional and merchant middleman. Among the functional middlemen comes brokers, commission agents, then auctioneers and Dell credit agents. In merchant middleman comes retailers and wholesalers. In wholesalers we have discussed their types, and retailers we had discussed the types and functions. So, in both of them the functions and types are important. Apart from these, we had also learned about various types of large scale retailers, which are: number 1, departmental store, number 2, multiple chain stores, number 3, mail order business, number 4, the number 4th is, yes, you all know we had discussed it in this class, hire purchase system. Hire purchase order, and also consumer also we had understand the consumer cooperative store. So, this was all about the various channels of distribution. So, students, This chapter is quite lengthy and we shall be covering them in 5 or 6 parts. Try to learn the concepts on your ease and also use textbook to add content to your answers. So, revise it and also try to write down the various important functions and important features of each and every channel of distribution. So, this was all about our topic of channels of distribution. In the next class, we shall be learning the drug house or the drug store management. It's quite related to your field. No doubt these are also related to your field, but drug house management is directly related to opening up of a retail pharmacy store. Till then, revise, learn and recognize the important parameters. Best of luck students, keep revising.